In today's episode, a submarine will be born. A vacuum cleaner will drive a race car.
Oh my god, that was hand...
And the Joker will watch a drag race. This bike video will make haters hate, engineers cry, and YouTube demonetize me. This is a biker from Latvia. He built this custom shopper with a... well, I don't know why or how he built that thing, but one thing is for sure. Using the front brakes could make the entire frame flex harder than YouTubers when they get a new car. This is how a NASCAR crash test takes place. Basically, the test vehicle is being fitted with remote control devices and it's being slammed against the wall. On the actual circuit, not in a test facility. When you say something along, "Wow!" then you know that you have peaked as a male. Oh! You've heard about bike racing, you've heard about motocross, and you've heard about sidecar racing. Okay, now get ready. This is Sidecarcross racing. Basically, teams of two people racing each other on dirt tracks. Can they jump? Well, of course they can. And I think the guy in the sidecar is having the time of his life.
Holding his own, Van Lukenen.
7 seconds was the gap between Veldman and Chermak as they crossed the line the previous time around, and you don't need me to say that that is a whole lot less now. Less than a second covered the number 6 crew from the number 31, but
Veldman and Chermak could almost take their foot off the gas. Victory for them. Wonderful, wonderful stuff.
Imagine driving in a Porsche GT2 RS, a car that is not exactly cheap, on the notch-life and having to counter-steer in one of the fastest corners on the track. If you ever drove a rear-engined car in a racing game, you probably know how easy it is to get snubbed oversteered into oblivion. Imagine building the perfect engine, a Nissan Skyline RB30 DET with over 750 brake horsepower. What car would you put it in? Yeah, obviously, a Ford Transit. The Oulton Park racetrack is not exactly the safest racetrack out there, even though there were a lot of safety improvements. But those improvements cannot stop stupid drivers from doing stupid things. During a Ferrari challenge race, a driver went for the overtake without leaving any space for the driver in the blue Ferrari. The consequences? See for yourself. Both of them were okay, by the way.
Side perhaps, can he find a way through? Simerson sees it coming, covers him off, can still do the up and under, coming into the...
Wait, stop shouting, it's free on.
Did you know that cars can also have preferences when it comes to drinking?
Just trying to shift your car, but then it does it by itself.
What would be my ideal villain car for a movie in the 50s? This beast, the Tatra 87, not only does the third headlight give it the look of a villain that is being supported by an army of minions, but so does the engine, obviously a air-cooled V8. Here's a video that I have zero explanation for, because nothing here makes sense to me. You have 5 seconds to answer this question. Which of these two gauges shows the speed? The Scandinavian flick, simply put, a way to take a corner by turning your car in the wrong direction. Hear this executed by Colin Mcrae. And a blue subie. I don't often show German cars on this show. Time to change this. This is a BMW M4. From the factory, they come with a twin-turbo inline 6. But when looking at YouTube videos about this car, I noticed a trend where people were putting a single turbo setup into it. Is there any reason for this? Let me know in the comments. I'll pin the best answer so other viewers can also read it. One thing is for sure, they sound really good. Yeah, Halftracks look cool and all, but they have one big drawback. Because the rear of the vehicle is usually heavier, the front tires are sometimes lifted off the ground, which means you basically cannot steer. Correct me if I'm wrong on the model, but this appears to be the German Sonderkraftfahrzeug 7. You've seen plenty of rotary engines that sound like classic Formula 1 cars. But what happens if you actually combine these two things? Well, these guys took a 13B Mazda rotary engine and swapped it into a Formula Mazda car. A match made in heaven? Just have a listen. What is the best purpose of an old washing machine? Yes, of course, converting it into a rim polishing machine. The most dedicated fans will do anything for a nice spot. During a NASCAR race, a fan climbed the safety fence and the race had to be temporarily slowed down.
What a scramble. Oh, there's a caution right here.
I have a spectator climbing the fence.
Happened on the racetrack right there. I don't want to give it any more publicity than that. Let's just say
Security not doing their job. Guy climbing over the damn fence.
Here's a weekly dose of Daewii matiz supremacy. I would argue that the best color for cars with diesel engines would be matte black. No, not for looks, but because you wouldn't notice the smoke stains on the paint. During the IndyCar GMR Grand Prix, the driver Colton Herta had a really cool moment. Anyone who has ever driven an open-wheel car, even in a racing game, knows how impressive this is.
Oh my God, that was handwork, that was footwork, that was everything he could do. Never have I seen an IndyCar slide that far sideways.
This is the textbook example of don't judge a book by its cover. Without the rear wheelie bar, this could actually look like a stock Volkswagen transporter. How would a vehicle look like that can go pretty much anywhere? Meet the Alwis Stalwart, a high-mobility truck made for the British Army, powered by an inline 8-cylinder engine made by Rolls-Royce. And if I say go anywhere, I mean it. This thing can not only go anywhere on land, but also go for a swim. Alright, guess this car by the sound. No, it's not a V8 Formula 1 car. This is a Mazda RX3 with a 26B rotary engine. Chariot racing is cool and all, but some activists may consider it unethical for their horses. The solution? Strap motorcycles to chariots and add some RGB stripes. You know that the engineers did a great job when drifting looks easier than taking a corner conventionally. Even though this video is filmed with a fork, I find it fascinating that the truck is doing a burnout without any effort, almost as if he is doing this at idle. Here is the most balanced race I've ever seen on YouTube, a Honda Civic versus a Nissan 350Z. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want more, check out my second channel. Have a nice day.
That doesn't make sense.